Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi. It's Lisa from Crafting and Cruising. Good morning, good morning. Good morning from Denver, Colorado. I say Colorado, but if you live here, it's Colorado. Seems a little backwards to me. Rodney is on a job. Probably be gone most of the day. So I thought I might get on here at least once, maybe twice. Who knows? And we are going to finish up our Santa charcuterie board. And then maybe later we will do one of the domino necklaces. I'm trying to find me on here and I can't find me on here to share out. When you hop on, say hi and let me know you're here. Hey, Sister Shelly, and if you get on later and watch the replay, please hashtag replay so I can welcome you properly there. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, you guys. This is a no makeup day for Lisa. Had a headache yesterday. I think it's all the traveling and sleeping in different beds. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning. I'm trying to pull you all up over here so I can maybe see comments better than I can on here, because when I'm working it's hard to look up and see the comments. So I'm trying to pull you all up here and then we're going to get started. I think you all have seen, most of you all have seen, let me grab them, the domino necklaces. That's what we'll do this afternoon if we do another live. Let me grab mine and show you what I've made so far. And some of them aren't finished yet, but these are like the domino necklaces that go on a chain. So this one says, let me get my glasses. I think I left them in the bathroom. Yes, I did. We are in Denver, Colorado. I say Colorado, they say Colorado. This one says, if at first you don't succeed, redefine success. That's what it says on the front. And then on the back it says, don't judge me. And then it has the little Louis Vuitton dangle. And of course I'll put a chain through it. So I've done several. Here's one. I know that's too close. It says, I wouldn't say you're stupid, you are, but I wouldn't say it. I love these little sayings on here. This got some fuzz on it. And then here it is on the back. So anyway, I've made several of them, and I have several more I want to make, so we may do that this afternoon, okay? So let's get started. Good morning, sweet Susie Zane. How are you? Let me see if it's still not pulling me up on live, you guys. What is happening? Oh, so this morning I was going to tell you all, I was going to sleep in because I told you I had a headache last night, and I took some medicine, and so I thought, okay, I'll sleep in. So I woke up when Rodney told me he was leaving, and then I quickly went back to sleep, and I think it was about probably 20 minutes or less. Thank you for those hearts. After he left, the fire alarm in the hotel started going off. Y'all, I was like, what in the heck? I jumped up. I threw my shoes on. I threw some pants on. I was just sleeping in a t-shirt, and well, I can't bring this up here for some reason. And I grabbed my bag, my backpack. I was throwing stuff in it because I dumped stuff out last night. And so I see somebody saying, is that Denise Morris on here? If so, hello, sweet Denise. If not, hello, Denise, whoever's here. And so I grabbed my backpack, and I was, frantically going through my mind, like, is there anything else I need to grab? Because we're on the 3rd floor, but the actual main lobby is on the 2nd floor. It is ridiculous, Shelley. And so I walked out and I saw this guy coming down the hall, and I said, "Is this doing this in your room too?" And he goes, "Yep." So I come in here and I'm thinking, is there anything else from my suitcase? What about all my art supplies? What about my projects? Do I just leave them and go? What do I do? So I grabbed my backpack and threw everything back in it. Didn't even try to close it. I just threw it on my back. And as I walked out, y'all, I walked to I didn't remember which way we came in. So I turned one way to go and there was door shut. And then I turned left to go and there was door shut. Y'all, I was freaking out. I thought, oh my gosh, I know there was not all these doors last night shut. What am I gonna do? And so, I finally got it up and I was looking now to see if I could share it to groups. So I thought, what is happening? I know these doors weren't all shut. So finally somebody opened one door. Here it is. And I thought, thank goodness I'm not going crazy. I'm not locked in here. I thought I was shut in, and I thought but right as I got ready to go out, actually I should tell you this, as I got ready to go out, the alarm stopped. And so I thought, oh, okay, well then maybe it's false alarm. And so I came in my room and I called down at the front desk and I said, was that a false alarm? And he goes, yes ma'am, I'm sorry. Ugh, y'all, I'm not a morning person. So I was like, no problem. So I called Rodney and I said, you missed all the fun. He goes, what happened? I said, the fire alarm went off. And he said, well, I guess it was time for you to get up and get going. I said, I guess so. So I went downstairs and ate breakfast and I came back up and painted on a item I want to put on the back of this board. But let's go on and get started. Thank you so much for all those hearts, you all. I love you so much for doing that. It helps me a lot. Okay, remember we started this the other night. Now I did go back and add some bling on his hat, and I put a little bit of bling on his sleeve. We're still going to do more, okay? And then remember we decoupaged this on the back. So I've got some ideas for this. So the first thing I'm going to do is push you down a little bit and tilt you forward a little bit. You won't be able to see me. That's totally fine. You don't need to see me looking like this anyway. Let me swipe my comments. Okay. I know the lighting is not the best. I'm in a hotel, but hopefully you can see well enough. Let me pull you up a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do are his eyes. We're going to put the blue in his eyes, because when we start putting the color on his, oh y'all look, see, this is what happens when you travel with paints. Let me get this before it all drips down here and just put it on my plate, and then I can put it back in the container. And yesterday we flew, of course, from Denver here, so that's why it's all funky again. I gotta always remember that. So I'm gonna take a little bitty teeny tiny brush, not very big, it's like a liner brush. Get a little bit of water on it, just so it'll take the paint better. And then I'm just going to paint a little bit in his eyes. As you can see, oops, it's got something on it. His eyes are not, there's not a lot of surface space to paint this this blue. We've already put the black on there. I need to go back and put a little white highlight in his eye, but we'll get to that. And if I need to, I can lighten this up with either a little bit of a lighter blue or white on top, because this is kind of dark. I actually brought two blues because last time I was doing eyes, the blue I had was too light. Let me get a little bit of this other blue that I guess, well, this one doesn't have much paint in it, so maybe it's not gonna, no, it didn't squirt out. Let me put just a tad bit of this. This is actually an apple barrel, which I don't usually use, and it's called Blue Cotton. The folk art one that I used first is called Brilliant Ultramarine. I'm gonna have paint from head to toe, you guys. But you know I can't travel without my paints. I did have to go to find Hobby Lobby here yesterday and go get some flesh color paint because I didn't have anything to really do his skin with, and I didn't want to just mix red and white and get a pink. I'll do that for his cheek. So let me just put a little bit of this light color in here and wipe it off with my hands, and that actually almost looks like a little highlight in his eye. It looks good. So y'all, we had the best time in Big Sky. It is truly a place that should be on your bucket list to go and see Big Sky. It is incredible. Hey, Maria Chapman, how are you, sister? Okay, y'all can see how I put that in his eye. And I think I'll go on and get me just a teeny tiny bit. This is a folk art white, and it's a satin, and it's going to squirt, I guarantee you. Let's see. Oh, it didn't. Yay. Just want to put a little, and this paint is very thick. I don't usually paint with this very much because it's a satin. It's thicker, and I don't really love it. Shelly, it's one of those things that it's so hard to even try to describe that, I mean, pictures don't do it justice. You can do the best you can with the camera, but it is, this is too big. It is amazing. I'm going to use my pencil point, actually. And I'm going to stick it down in my white paint. And I'm going to tap it off once, and then I'm going to come right up here in his eye and just put a little white dot. Oh, that's so cute. That just makes him look a little more realistic. Put one over here. Oh yeah, that's good. See? Now he's looking like he's twinkling. Thank you, Susie. Yeah, Big Sky is a place you definitely need to go. Now, I will say this. In the town of Big Sky, there's not a lot. They're doing major construction there, building it up. Pause for a minute. This is Deco Art Americana Natural Buff. I'm going to use that for his skin. I'm going to use Folk Art Teddy Bear Tan and mix with it. And a little bit of Deco Art Americana Poodle Skirt Pink, which I love, to give him some pink cheeks. And we'll probably add a little bit of red to that. Thank you, Shelly. So anyway, I mean, there's construction going on everywhere around there, y'all. There's a, right where we stayed, which was in the Wilson Hotel. It's a Marriott Bonvoy property. And it's nice. It was very nice. Their restaurant was closed. They did have continental breakfast, but the restaurant's closed because this is kind of the weird season for them. Now I'm going to mix these paints and just start painting. I think I'm actually going to use an angle brush so I can be really careful around his eyes and nose and mouth. Poodle Skirt, I know Poodle Skirt Pink, great name. So anyway, there was a town plaza, just a small town center, I guess you would call it, behind where our hotel was. Can y'all see? No, here. Okay. Behind where our hotel was, that had a few restaurants that were still open. See, when it's off season, everything shuts down. Shopping, restaurants, everything. So we had asked at the front desk where a good place to eat dinner would be the first night we were there, and they said that we needed to eat the barbecue. Well, y'all know I'm from Tennessee, and like Memphis, Tennessee's known for their barbecue, so I thought, barbecue, really? I mean, they had other things too, but they said that, you know, this is where people go around here, so you really should try it out. And so we did, and it was really a neat place. It was almost designed like a country saloon, and his face is a little yellow. He looks like he's a little jaundiced, so we may have to add some white to this. It was like a country saloon. They were playing country music in there. Of course, it had the, you know, wooden floors, and it was just really a quaint little place. And the minute you walked in, you were just knocked over with, you know, the smell of barbecue ribs, barbecue brisket. I mean, they had everything barbecue, but they also had some other stuff too. So we got it's kind of like a family platter, I guess. It had 3 of everything on there. And we have a business partner, Rodney's, that was with us. And so we got that platter, which was more than plenty of food. In fact, all of us brought food back. There was so much food. And so we just, you know, the ambiance of it was just fun and real laid back and relaxed. You know, all the waiters and waitresses had jeans on. And Maria, I mean, if you just want to come and enjoy the scenery and stuff, and especially if you like snow and you want to experience snow, we didn't get to experience a lot of snow. They're expecting one up here most any time. And that's what I was hoping would happen, because I really, really wanted to see snow. But this time of year was great. Now, this is real close to Yellowstone, which was a big disappointment for us, because Ronnie and I have been to Yellowstone before. Joe had never been to Yellowstone, and so after they got through working, we decided we would just take a little trip over to Yellowstone and, you know, let him experience it. And of course, you know, we wanted to see it, see all the animals and stuff. And when Ronnie and I had gone before, we had gone in the west entrance. I don't know if that had been recommended or what, but for some reason Ronnie told me to look up the directions this time for the west entrance. So I did, and once we finally found our way to the west entrance, it was closed. So there's several ways in and out of the park. So we drove into the little town of West Yellowstone, and literally hardly anything was open. And so, and I had looked online while we were driving. I looked online and I said, you know, is Yellowstone Park National Park open? And they said it's open 365 days of the year. And, you know, not all entrances are open, but most of them are. It made it just seem like, you know, no problem. So we were just determined we were going to find an entrance to the park. Well, we finally saw a policeman that was pulled over in his little truck eating his lunch. And so we pulled over and we asked him, was the park open? And he said, no, it's closed for the winter. So, you know, we were going to go see Oh Faithful and everything. We were so disappointed. So I would say, now in the summer, you guys, Rodney says it is insane in the membrane. He said to go in Yellowstone, you will wait in long lines driving. And if you get out, like to go see Oh Faithful, I looked at a picture online where there were literally lines of people just waiting to get on the little bridge to go over and watch Oh Faithful kind of spew. So I would think that the summer would probably not be the best. Probably, I would think the fall and the winter. But I'm sure if you Google it, you know, you can find information. They actually tell on there when the best times to drive through the park are, and I think April and May might have been a good time, it said. So, okay, so now we've got his base on. We're going to end up putting our molding paste on for his beard and mustache and eyebrows. I did bring that. So let's go back and give him a little bit of a cheek, a rosy cheek. I've got some red. Well, there's not much left. Let me get some more. I was painting something this morning. Good morning, Abadna. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So, y'all, I expected when we got on the plane, I had on sweatpants and a long sleeve shirt, and I was really expecting that Denver was going to be cold. It was 71 degrees when we got here. And I was like, what is going on? This is not supposed to be 71 degrees. I think it's probably cooler at my house in Nashville than it is here. Okay, that's a little dark, so we'll go back and take some off in a minute. Let me just go on and get the basic shape on here I want. So yeah, that was a little bit disappointing that we didn't get to go into Yellowstone, but we came back and found another really good place to eat, and you know, had dinner and went back to our room, and then, you know, we knew we were flying out yesterday. So the airport in Bozeman is very cute, you guys. It's not huge. It's more like, I would say, a regional airport, but it's done like with logs, like on the inside is logs, the walls, and it's got fireplaces everywhere, and it's really a neat little airport. We liked it. So you fly into Bozeman, and then it's about a 55, 60-minute drive into Big Sky. Not bad at all. So that was our trip there. We are in the beautiful part of the country, you guys. I really wanted to be in Denver when there was snow. Not that I could, really do anything with it, but I love snow. Love it, love it. I know those of y'all who live in it don't love it, but I do. Because we don't get that much. I'm just touching up his little nostrils right here. They didn't look quite even to me, and to be honest with you, the brushes that I brought are not the best. They've kind of got some little hairs hanging off of them. So yeah, that's what we did there. We fly home tomorrow morning, and I will be in the Mystery Box Challenge on Sunday morning. Opening it up again, so or starting it, so that will be Sunday. So I hope you all will come on my page. It'll be 8 o'clock Central Time. I'm trying to find, you know what I'm going to use to put this on, because I don't think I have my palette knife. So I'm going to use this, and this is just golden molding paste. I use it a lot, especially when I'm doing fur, snow, anything like that. So we're going to start right up here in his little eyebrow, and I'm just going to pat it, kind of tap it, because it gives it dimension and makes him look like he's got furry eyebrows. Not furry, but hairy eyebrows, I guess. Bushy. That's the word I was trying to think of. Bushy eyebrows. So tell me in the comments what you guys have been up to. What's the weather like where you are? Do you love snow? Let me know those comments. What's the weather like where you are? What you've been doing? And do you like snow? I think people who live in it a lot of times say, I like it if I don't have to drive in it, and I get tired of it real easily. That's kind of been my understanding. And I'm sure if I had it all the time, I'd get tired of it too, but we hardly get any, and so I don't tire of it. I want more. Let's see. No comments about that yet. Or maybe you have at my page, there's always a lag. Okay. Now let me show you his little bushy eyebrows. I'm just working out of the top of the container. I don't like this right here. Let me kind of clean that up a little bit before I show you. Now remember, eyebrows are sisters. They're not twins. That's true with us too. So you don't need them to be perfect. I think I'm going to have to work a little bit more on his cheeks over here. They're a little bit too defined for me, but we'll do that in a minute. And I see I missed his nose with the paint, so that's good. Just have to kind of look at it and see what you need to add. So we fly home tomorrow, and I'll be glad to be back in my bed, y'all. I think that's why I get headaches a lot when I'm on the road with Rodney. Or I think when I get headaches, let me say that, because my headaches have been a lot better. But when I get headaches on the road, I think it's because we're in different beds almost every night, and my neck situation is terrible, and so my body just can't adjust to new beds that quickly, and everything gets out of line. And not that it's really in line right now, hasn't been for years, but just sleeping in different beds and trying to get your body to adjust, it's hard. It's really, really hard. So I do think that's been part of my problem, and why I got a headache yesterday, because as I told y'all the other night, the Botox has really, really helped with my headaches. And I'm very grateful for that. altitude in Denver would give me headaches. Yeah, Denise. Probably if I was going up a lot higher in the mountain than just Denver, yeah, I probably would. You know, I think I told y'all my sister has a second home in Breckenridge, Colorado, and absolutely beautiful. She rents it out if y'all ever need a place to go and one place to go. It'll sleep about 12 or 14. But it's so pretty. And when my best friend and I went there one year, she slept on the main floor and I slept in the guest bedroom, and which was upstairs. So we've had rain here in California a couple of days, but the sun's out. It's beautiful today. Cool. So I need some. You know what? I'm gonna try this little thing to spread it on his beard, because his beard has a lot more surface area, and then we can go back and smooth it out. And I still got to do my little red bird and the nest too. I forgot. And so anyway, the first night we were there, I walked upstairs to the bedroom and I could hardly breathe when I got up there. It was awful and it scared me. I didn't see my sister's note that she had left for guests who rent her place out, saying, you know, altitude sickness is a real thing, and I have some I think it was Pepto-Bismol. Let's see, Pepto-Bismol and Tylenol, or Pepto-Bismol and ibuprofen. I don't remember. But it was in a cabinet right behind where she leaves this note for her guest. And she said, if you will take those together, and it might not have been Pepto-Bismol, it might have been, I don't know. Anyway, she had a note up there. And she said, you know, it's a real thing, and so you need to prepare your body for it. And if you get altitude sickness, then you can take these two products together. I've left some here for you, and it should help. So I actually I didn't see that note, and I texted her that night, and I said, what is happening? Do I need to see a doctor? Do I need to go to the hospital? And she said, did you not see my note? And I said, nope. And so she said, go downstairs and look at the note. And so she told me, you know, what to take. And then she said, now tomorrow, what you and Vicki probably need to do is to go into the town of Breckenridge. And she said, no, I don't want this down here, because that's where see, I start talking and I get sidetracked. That's where the nest is going to be. So she said, go into town, and there's oxygen bars everywhere, like on every street corner. And she said, go into one of the oxygen bars, sit down, let them put some oxygen on you. You can choose like scents that you want to have come out in your oxygen. Is really kind of, it's cool, but it's kind of freaky. And so, and then she said, go get a portable oxygen tank at Walmart. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she said, I'm dead serious. Go get a portable oxygen tank. They sell them at Walmart. And y'all, when you walk in those Walmarts over there, they are on the end caps of about every aisle. So people don't really even have to look for them. There's the oxygen tanks. And so they're small. You just buy an oxygen tank, and I think it came with a little thing to put in your nose. And so you take it home, and anytime you're feeling like altitude sickness, you just put the little thing on your nose and give yourself some oxygen. So we went in this oxygen bar. It was so funny. They had couches in there, and you could pick out which couch you wanted to sit on, or you could sit in a chair, and then they'd come over and, you know, ask you if you wanted a scent in your oxygen, and they'd let you, you know, test out some scents. And then they hooked you up, and you just, you know, sat there and enjoyed the scenery. They had a TV going, and, you know, you just look out and enjoy the scenery, and while you're inhaling this oxygen to kind of calm your system down. So we did that, and then we went straight away to Walmart, and it was just hilarious walking in Walmart and seeing all these oxygen tanks, you know, and you just feel weird. You're like, what is happening? But I know some friends of ours who went there, took their family there for a vacation, and the day before they were supposed to come home, the husband got so sick, he ended up in the hospital for like several days, maybe even a week, I can't remember, from oxygen sickness. So, okay, let me show you so far. Now, I am gonna do some on the bottom, but I'm not gonna do that until after I do. I may do just a little bit to put the bird's nest over, but I don't want to have a lot of the texture there, because the texture is going to come from the little nest that the bird is going to be sitting in. So anyway, yeah, I learned quickly that when they say altitude sickness is for real, it is real. Her husband was really, really sick. I'm not quite sure. Like, he had heart problems that came as a result of it. It was bad. It was really bad. So just know that if you go to those higher altitudes, look before you go at what you should take with you to curb the problem with alcohol sickness, with altitude sickness, and so you won't be caught off guard, because I was not at all prepared for that. Just kind of extending his mustache up a little bit. He's got to have some eyelashes. He's looking a little flat in the eyes. And then what we're going to do up here and right here, we're going to put strips of, I've got different blings and some fabric pieces, and we're really going to fix him up and decorate him here. And then those same things are going to go around at the top on the back. And then I've got an ornament that I made from a, what did I make it from? Like a mold. And then I painted it. Let's see. My mom too eventually damaged her heart. Oh no, Denise. Really? From altitude? Oh my gosh. They have those in Las Vegas. I am making a cutting board. Affects me and math only, the breathing. Woo. Trying to visit a different reaction from altitude. Wow. Thank you for spreading the inspiration. Family in Colorado Springs, really? This was a cutting board, Barbara, that I got from Hobby Lobby. It was wood, and we're just turning it into a Santa. We're doing all kinds of things with it. Okay, so right now I want to give him some some eyelashes, and I hope I don't mess it up. Sometimes trying to put eyelashes on is a real difficult thing, to not get them too thick. And that's my least favorite thing to do in painting. So let me see if I can. What you want to do is just barely touch the brush to the board and kind of whisk up. I'll have to be quiet while I do this, y'all. Concentrate. I'm just doing it in little feathery strokes. But he looks so much better with eyelashes. I'll tell you that. I don't think I want to give him any on the bottom, but look at what a difference that made in his eye. Can you see that? See? Makes a big difference. Okay, now I'm going to go to the other side. This is where I usually have a problem, because sometimes I turn the board upside down, but then they don't look right when I turn it back the other way. So let me be quiet for a minute and see if I can do this. It's a little dry. And we do need to put a sealer on him to make the whole thing a little bit shinier. We won't put it on the beard and mustache and the eyebrows. We don't need to. But on the flat parts, and I've actually already gone over it with the Deb's DIY Y Design Liquid Patina once. So I may not put anything else on it until I get home and can get my triple thick Duraclear mixture. Make these a little bit longer like on the other side. I feel like I'm doing makeup. Now we need to do a little shadowing under his eyes, and this teddy bear tan, I thought I liked it, but it's kind of a mustard color, so I'm going to put out a little bit of burnt umber and mix those two. But first I want to go back with this brush and put a little bit more of this tan on his cheeks so there won't be such a definite line. I don't know how I say all the time, blend, blend, blend. I gotta put some of this on his nose because I forgot his little nose. And his nose will show up better when I put the shadowing around it. So fear not, friends, fear not. I love how Justin says friend, and he spells it F-R-E-N. Friend. Okay, now that's better on the cheeks, don't you think? Thank you, Barbara. It's a brother, my sister's daughter, cousins, etc. Wow. Let me look at it in this mirror. Yeah, that looks cute. His eyes may be a little too outlined on the bottom. Let me see if I can take a little bit of that black off. Now y'all know this is where I just get real picky. Most people would not say a thing about that, but to me the dark line is a little bit too thick. And I guess from taking painting lessons over the years, I kind of had to learn the hard way from my teacher. Okay, now I'm going to mix this teddy bear tan and what was that light color I said? Natural buff. Need a little bit more of that on my plate. And burnt umber. Let me see if I can find a decent brush size to do this with. I did not get here with very good brushes to be doing this kind of thing. Maybe if I use this one. Y'all, when you're working in a hotel and you're limited for space, it makes it difficult. I'm not complaining because I love traveling with Rodney, but sometimes it just makes it difficult. I don't think that's, is that brown? Yep, it is. Okay. All right, let me mix some of these a little bit. I know y'all can't see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to take some of this color right here. I don't want it by itself. I want to kind of mix it with the brown, the burnt umber, and then a little bit of the teddy bear tan. And then we're going to go right under his eye, because you know we all have that little place under our eye. And let me blend it now. Don't want a solid line. Too sharp a line. Y'all, when I start painting, I get in a zone, and it's really hard to visit when I'm in my zone. That was a little too dark for me. I'll pick up a little more now that it's blended with this other color. Okay, let me turn it toward me a little bit and see. That's getting better. That's giving him a little more dimension. I want his little face to look pretty realistic. We don't want that. We do not want that. So let's wipe it off. Remember, it's just paint. Don't get all freaked out and say, oh no, I ruined it. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Part about acrylic. It's true of watercolor too, but it's really true of acrylic. You can layer, you can paint over, you can totally start over, or you can just paint over what you just did with some white and start again. So there's never any reason to panic at all. Okay, I think I like this one a little bit better. So let me see if I can make this side look a little bit more like it. No, I think I just took it off. Do y'all ever talk to yourself when you're crafting or creating? Sometimes you need to because nobody else to talk to. I gotta start my Christmas shopping. If any of y'all started your Christmas shopping, please don't tell me you're through. Somebody the other day said they were through, and I'm like, there is no way you're through with your Christmas shopping. Yep, I am. Wow. Now, I've covered up his pink cheeks, as you can see, so I'm going to have to go back and add some pink, and that's fine. Let me get my little brush out here so I can do the same thing around his nose, because right now it doesn't even look like he has a nose. And we can't have that. Usually Santa's nose is portrayed as being real big and full. So let's just see what we can come up with. You're almost done, Barbara. Stop it. You stop. How is that possible? Thank you, Veronica, for sprinkling. Okay, can y'all see what I'm doing? I'm gonna need to lay it down so I can kind of come up around here and just shadow it, and then I'm going to blend it out. And it needs to kind of come on up here around the eye. Don't panic. I got this, girls. I got it. Okay. Blendy, blendy, blendy. It's gonna have to be upside down for y'all right now, but I gotta blend. Some water. And remember, you don't want any real harsh lines showing. Can't wait to get to the good part where we're gonna be adding all the decoration and bling and stuff. That's gonna be fun. That's my favorite part. Okay. Blend it on this side a little bit. And then down here close to his mustache, I want to make it a little bit darker. Just so we'll know his nose is down there. Okay, now we need to put a little bit of this lighter color on to blend this out over his eye, because if you look in your eye, you have a natural crease in your eye. This one is too defined right here, so I'm going to try to blend it a little bit, get that line out of it. Remember, the best paintbrush you have is your finger. God gave us great paintbrushes on our hands. All right, let me show you that eye. I'm going to go back and touch up his cheek, remember, but this eye right here looks pretty good. Agree? I just shop for my husband's sister, so I have it easy. Yes, sister, you do. You sure do. over here where y'all can see it. Get a little bit of this beige on here. Blend that line out. Sorry, y'all, gotta look at it for a minute. That's the bad part about painting on live, is you want your viewers to be able to see it, but you've also got to be able to look at it closely yourself to make sure you're getting exactly what you want. Put a little bit of darker down here. So did anybody go see that movie I told you about? What's it called? After Death? Is that what it's called? I think it is. Y'all, it's a great movie. I've recommended several people go see that movie, and they've all just been blown away by it. Is that what it's called? I think it is. Okay, a little bit more white right here like the other eye has. I think this eye right here needs a little more crease in him. This is the thing we women especially try to get rid of if we have the droopy creases in our eyes. Did y'all know that most insurances will pay for that procedure called a blepharoplasty if the doctor can, prove that you need it? I had one, and Rodney had one a good while after I had mine. Hooded eyes, that's what they call it. Your eyes just get real hooded, and this part right here hangs down over the top of your eye so that it can definitely damage or limit your ability to be able to see, especially peripherally. So they do this test, this eye test with the machine, where they have a real bright red light, and you're looking in the machine, and the doctor starts out over here on one side with the red light and starts slowly bringing it in, and you tell him when you see it. And then he does the same thing on the other side, and you tell him when you see it. And if they can prove that your level is at a certain amount, that it's damaging your peripheral vision, then you qualify for a blepharoplasty. And I had one, and then Rodney had his. So it does make a big difference. You don't realize how much your peripheral vision is limited until and unless you are tested, and then if you're able to get that surgery. It's really for lack of a better word, it's very eye-opening to see how little peripheral vision you had until you get it taken care of. I'll show you mine in just a minute. I'll let you see. You can still see my scars, and it's been probably, I'd say 7 or 8 years ago that I had mine done. But the scars are very minimal. You can't see them, a lot. I'm just trying to pinken up his cheeks a little bit. They've gotten a little bit muddy on me. And I don't want them muddy. I want him to be rosy cheeked. Anyway, I documented my blepharoplasty on YouTube, and it's not professionally done by any means, but I just was kind of documenting each day after my blepharoplasty what the swelling and the bruising was like, and how long it took for that to pass, and then I was the one that encouraged my husband to get it done. He didn't. Because he didn't do it for the vanity purposes, but I think he thought that it was going to look like, you know, he was just being vain. And I said, honey, your peripheral vision, I guarantee you, is affected. Let me add a little bit of red down here on his lips, because I think the black got a little bit wide when I went back and did that the other day. So let me just add a little bit of this red, and then we can come back and put the little highlight in his lips too. So a blepharoplasty is where they go in and cut out the excess skin and stitch it up, so that you won't have such hooded eyes. Now Rodney, they actually did a lift on his too. His was pretty severe. His hooded eyes. They did not do the lift on mine. The doctor said he didn't really feel like that I needed it. I wanted him to, because I thought that'd be kind of cool to get an eyebrow lift. But you know, he said insurance ain't gonna pay for it if I do that. All right, let me show you this first, and then I'll show you my scars. Okay, so what do y'all think? Do you think it needs anything else on his face right now? I gotta put a little highlight in his mouth. You like it? I see a heart coming up. Let's see what we can do real quick with this little bluebird guy. And then later, after he dries, I'll go back and do the nest. Okay, let's see what we can do with him. He needs to start showing up so people say, why didn't you put the rest of Santa's beard in? You know, he's holding a little bird. Oh, I was going to show y'all my scar, wasn't I? Okay, hold on. I thought this little picture I found on the internet was so cute. This little bird sitting in Santa's arms. Of course, I'll have to go back and highlight him and make him look like he's got dark blue in some places and lighter blue in some other places. I think I'm gonna make his wing up here darker, but I'll kind of try to feather it out. Let me dip my paintbrush in my black, and we're going to put his eye in so he really looks like a bird. Okay. So insurance will pay for it if the eye doctor says that it's definitely needed for your vision. They won't if you're just doing it for cosmetic purposes. So you have to do that little testing whether you want to or not. But it's really very quick and it's not painful or anything. His beak got a little big. Does that make sense? Okay, let me put you up. His lips need to be toned down a bit. They look badly chapped. Badly chapped? Girl, they're super red. Yeah, I will tone them down a little bit. Okay, let me show y'all. Let me pull you in a little close. Move my paints out of the way. How you feeling, Dick? Dicky's been real sick, y'all. Get everything out of my way. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes so maybe y'all can see the scars. Right in the crease. You see it? I can see it every time I put my makeup on. But after it's healed, you don't even notice it. When I put makeup on, nobody would ever know that I had had a blepharoplasty at all. I'm gonna let that dry first, Vic, and then I will go back and Make him look like he doesn't have red lipstick on. Good. I'm so glad you're feeling better. So glad. You sounded really bad the other day when we talked. Did they ever determine exactly what it was? I know you had the C test and the flu test. Y'all, do you think it's crazy that when we're on Facebook, we can't use the term of what the pandemic is? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Well, thank you, sweet Maria. Love you. My skin is not like it could have been. My mother always hounded to my sisters and I to take good care of your skin, which my mother did take fabulous. They didn't. My mother took fabulous care of her skin, always. I mean, that woman was always routinely doing something to her face and her skin. And I used to think, golly, she spends so much time on her skin. I don't want to have all that time wasted when I could be doing something else. Man. What a mistake I made. I wish I had listened to my mom. And my children have all been very good at taking care of their skin. And none of them ever had a problem with acne. I mean, they may have some breakouts and stuff, but they never had bad acne at all. Of course, my oldest daughter, I think y'all know, is an esthetician. And so she's, you know, she kind of tells us what we need now for our skin and things like that happen, but but all of them took such good care of their skin, and I was so proud of them. And now her daughters are coming right along behind her, and you know, of course, she gets some good products and stuff like that, but they take very good care of their skin. And I've told them, I said, keep doing it and don't stop, because one day if you do, you'll regret it like me. Like, I have a lot of deep pitting in my face where I had bumps, you know, as a teenager, and then I would do what most teenagers do, and I would go pick at it. Not smart, because then it leaves big pock marks in your face. And without surgery, or spending a ton of money on procedures at the esthetician's place, you can't get rid of it. They're there. You can try to disguise them, but you can't ever get rid of the pock marks. They're just there. And I hate it. So make sure you tell your young people in your family to take good care of their skin while they're young. Because one day they'll look back and say, my mama told me, or my aunt, or whoever told me, and I'm glad I listened and did it. Or they won't, and they'll say, why didn't somebody tell me to take better care of my skin? And, you know, then you can say, I did, but you didn't listen. Okay, I'm just kind of fooling with him a little bit. I want to get some of this dark wing undarkened a little bit. And kind of blend it out. Okay, let's see. I didn't know that. Yes, it's crazy. I've heard of people having their pages shut down or getting put in FB, you know where, for a while because they used that word. And I'm like, well, why is it such a bad word? If we treated it as such a major thing for so long, why is it such a bad word to say it? I mean, you can apparently say pandemic and get away with it, but you can't say the actual name of the pandemic. Why? What's the big secret? That's the way I look at it. Why are we being so secretive about it? The whole world came to a standstill during it, so. Okay, he's getting there. He'll look cuter when he has his little nest under him. He needs a little bit of a light line down his beak. And this is probably not the brush to use, but we'll try. Okay. Santa's beard needs to come around him just a little bit more. A little bit more fluff up here, kind of coming on top of him. And then we'll go back later and do his nest, but let's get all of his fun stuff on him first, or on the board on Santa. Can y'all believe that we're as close as we are to Thanksgiving? This year has absolutely flown by for me. I know for some of you it probably hasn't, it's probably crept by, but it just seems like to me it's flown. Feels like we were just having Christmas last year. And the thing about it is, time flies whether you're having fun or not, right? Did you move your camera down? I'm so sorry. I forgot I lifted you up. Yes, thank you, Barbara. Sorry, you guys. All right, let me hold him up. Okay, we're going to start doing this other stuff right now. Decorating his, a little bit more right here in his hat, and then we're going to start decorating up here. So here's what I have. I have lots of different things. I have some ribbon that I cut that is like an MC inspired ribbon with some holly leaves. I cut it thin. I have some of this leftover that we put around the edge of him. I have some of these, but I don't think they're close enough together to do much good. We're going to try. I have this. I have this green. And this is all going to go on the back too. So you can see that all these things are having the same colors as in there. Then I have this real thin silver ribbon. I have black and white polka dot ribbon. And I have this black and white and gold stripe. And I have this bling. Oops. So here's my thought. We've got to put something else on his hat. And that's not it. I wanted to put some of these little things on there, but the light bulbs are not very close together. No, I don't want that on his hat. So y'all start making some suggestions down in the comments. I may use some of this ribbon on his hat, and then, or I could use this small, narrow silver ribbon, or we could put a bunch of fluff, the molding paste on there like we did down here. I just saw something else I need to do. What do y'all think we should put on his hat? I need to get a little bit of this color again and shade right under the edge of his hat so that we'll know his skin is pushed back under that. Hey Sherry Walton, my sweet sister, how are you? Hope you're well. Did you ever open your watercolor painting you bought from me? Love the black striped ribbon, okay? We could put some black stripe and then maybe put some more bling under it if we need to. Some of it's gonna have to come down here. Just because you can't have his hat just kind of stuck up on top of his head. And since this isn't a traditional Santa fluffy hat, then we have to, a star, Deborah said. I don't have a star, Deb, to put right here on this lower part. I have some, I did buy at Hobby Lobby yesterday some rusty looking stars. but they're bigger. Okay, now we got that shaded in a little bit, so that's better. Bling, Deborah Jed says. More bling. What about a row of this first? The black would show through a little bit. No, that's probably too thick. This is a different bling. More suggestions? Oh, good, Sherry. I'm so glad. Let's try this ribbon. I was very honored that you wanted to buy those little rabbits. What about this ribbon that I've cut thinner? Well, this piece is not thinner. Is this one? This one's a bit thinner. In one area, anyway. Because he's going to need some green, because there's some green on the back. Let's see. I think I want to trim this up a little bit and see if we can maybe put a little narrow piece of this in there. But I need it to be the same width, basically. Y'all, I brought little bitty teeny tiny scissors with me on this trip, and if you watched me at any point along the way, you've seen that I have been very abusive to them. I've cut things that shouldn't have been cut with scissors, and they were so dull. So yesterday I was standing in the line at Hobby Lobby, and you know, up at the checkout area they have things you can buy too, and they had these scissors for like $4.99. So that tells you they're not top quality. But I thought, I'm buying myself a decent pair of scissors, because tomorrow when I'm going to cut fabric, I'm not going to have anything decent. People are going to think, what is wrong with her? She's got about 85 pair of scissors at home, and she didn't bring any with her. Normally, I keep all that stuff in a suitcase, a craft suitcase. I just pick the suitcase up and go. But we had to be real careful weight-wise. So, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit of hot melt right along in here. And let's put some of this under there to kind of differentiate between the bling and whatever else we're going to put down here. And that will pick up some of what's going to be up here at the top and on the back. I think it just needs something to break it up a little bit from just the black and white. Okay, so we got that on there. Put a little more hot melt. I got this new hot melt glue gun, but I'm not sure I love it. It's hard to get off the base. So y'all, I'm getting ready to put some items on the Buy It Now page that I set up, that I asked you guys to go follow. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do an auction yet. I'm just going to put up some Buy It Now items, and I'll put the price. And if you're interested in purchasing, then the first person that puts sold will be the one that wins. And of course, y'all know that the algorithm, that there's always a lag behind what you all see. So when you put a comment up there, your comment is going to show up for you first. It's just the way it is. But like when people do these auctions, you hear people say all the time, well, my name came up before such and such, but you declared such and such the winner. Well, that's because there's a lag. So you will always see your comment first. Come on, Lisa, your hot melt's going to dry. You will always see your comment first. That doesn't mean that the person on the other end of the screen is seeing your comment first. And I know it gets frustrating. Trust me, I have bid on many things in auctions before and not gotten them when clearly to me I was the first person. But that's because whoever's holding the auction goes by what they see, and because of the lag on Facebook, they don't always see your name like you do. So on the buy it now, it should be easier, because you're going to put you're going to comment sold. So that should be enough to let me know, okay, now everybody can see that such and such posted first, and therefore she's going to get it. Okay. Too bad the green ribbon is so wide because it was cute. Yeah, it was cute, and we can maybe do that at the top, Vic. We're going to put some stuff at the top where this board narrows, and my plan was to layer all kinds of things there, so we'll probably put some of that up there. So anyway, the first person that I see that wrote sold on the buy it now will be the one to get the item, and I will write down there who won. And then that person has 24 hours to PM me or email me at craftingcruise@gmail.com. Spell out the word and. Your email address for an invoice and your mailing address. That way I can let you know what the shipping cost is going to be and get it right out to you. If I don't hear from you within 24 hours, then the next person that puts sold will just go down the list like that, okay? So just keep those little things in mind, that sometimes what you see on your end is not what the person selling sees on the other end. And I know it makes it hard, and sometimes people get real mad because they thought they won, and you know, it can cause some hurt feelings. But I promise you that no crafter is doing that on purpose and saying, oh no, I don't want her to have it, I want this one to have it. So I'll probably start out with 4 or 5 items, and then I'm supposed to be taking place in a buy it now, taking part in a buy it now and a auction on another page. I'm trying to decide if I'm still going to do that or not. I'm not sure I want to. All right, right under here, do y'all think we should put some silver stickles or some of that molding paste to look like fur on the edge of his hat? Stickles or fur? Just say fur or stickles. Y'all, my lips have gotten so chapped up here in the mountains. I hardly ever have chapped lips, and they have been a hot mess up here. I had to go buy some chapstick at the airport because my lips were so chapped. Fur, Susie says. Who else? Fur or stickles to be sparkly? Fur, Maria Chapman says. Okay. Anybody else? Feel like I'm having an auction right now. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? I don't know how big auctioneers do it, y'all. Robbie wants to come up with an auction app. I think that would be really cool. Now, don't y'all go do it. No, go ahead. He probably will never do it. But he thinks that would be cool to have an online auction app. Fur, Barbara says. I think Fur's going to win, you guys. Let me put a little dot right here. Spread it. I have a hot melt hanging everywhere, you guys. That's what I want my husband to invent. Stringless hot melt glue. Please. Okay, I'm trying to see if I'm going to put just a little bit of light color inside that mouth, but I don't think I want to. I'm going to get that back off. Sorry, I gotta hold it up a little bit. Let me me see if I have a little bit more of this pink. Maybe Vicky will like it better. Stickles will go with the bling. That's true. What if we put a thin row of stickles? Hey, Linda. You're not late, sister. I am in Denver, Colorado. I want to say Colorado. But when you say that to people around here, they look at you like, where are you from? It's not Colorado, it's Colorado. And I'm like, no, it's not. That sounds like Southern way of saying it. Colorado. Don't y'all think? I think it should be Colorado. I'll go back and watch the replay. Okay, that's totally fine, sis. Okay, let me see if Miss Vicky likes these lips better. All right, Miss Vic, you like these better? Okay, I saw fur, and then stickles will go with the bling. Stickles, since you have no fur. Well, no, I was going to do the fur like I did his beard and mustache to look like fur. Fur. Thought I saw that on your page. You're having a great time. I am. My husband's working today, and I'm here by myself, and that's just fine. I'm loving it. All right, let's take some of the silver stickles. Better. All right, you tell me if it needs something else, Vic. What I'm going to do is put these silver stickles right, can y'all see, right where this black is still showing. I'm going to put a line of silver stickles. He's going to be like a boho Santa with everything on him. Line of silver stickles. And then we're just going to put a little bit of fuzzy on him. How about that? Just to kind of pick up on what's at the top. Maybe. Let me look at it. Let me see. I don't know that it needs the fuzz, you guys. What do you think? Reminds me of one of the wise men. Thank you, Linda. It is festive. I did order one on Amazon. It'll be there when I get home. Y'all think we still need a little fur down on his forehead? Yes? Say yes if you do. Otherwise, we're going to move on. Okay. I'm thinking that what I want to do is around his sleeves. No. Around his sleeves, we're going to put some of the, yes, Barbara says, around his sleeves, I'm going to put some of the fur. Because, you know, he probably would have fur on his sleeves, don't you think? So I'm going to put a little bit of this fur on his sleeves. Then we're going to move to the top of him, and we're going to start putting the embellishments on the top. And I think that's what's going to really set it off as something different, is the embellishments around the top. It's going to look kind of like his hat. It won't really be his hat, but it'll kind of look like his hat has all the color and bling, and that's where we use that green, Vicky. And I'll also have some black dingle balls, as Debbie Rude calls them, that we could use in conjunction. And then we'll have to do the nest. And then this afternoon we'll do the domino necklaces. I love those. Love, love, love them. I'm going to give some as Christmas gifts. Who knows, one of y'all may win them. Okay. And you know what? Put that up too quick. should go down here too. Fur on this little jacket. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, we do perfectly imperfect. In fact, I have a shirt I just got in from maybe Temu, and it says perfectly imperfect. Y'all, I know that my page is not a page for politics, and I'm going to keep it that way. I just want to make this statement. If you're on TikTok, get off. Get off. If you know what's good for you, you will get off. I never have been on it, and I'm not going to start now. But it's dangerous. So, you made your first Temu purchase, Vicky. Well, I hope you didn't make it from the app. I never use the app. I only get on the website and do it. Again, Temu is Chinese run. They may end up putting Amazon out of business if they're not careful. But I wouldn't suggest ordering shoes. But I've been pleased with everything else I've gotten. I mean, y'all, it's not high quality stuff. But for crafters, with all the stuff you can get for such a reasonable price, like all this trim I'm using, to me it's worth it. But do not use the app. Okay, let me get my shirt and show y'all. Let's see. Here it is. It's gonna be wrinkled. Here it is. Long sleeve, round neck. It's a thinner. It's not. You know, fleece. It's like a heavier cotton. It's almost like that moisture wicking cotton, but it's not. And this is perfectly imperfect. Love it. Don't do TikTok and won't let Drayden. Good. Don't even start. Okay. So this trim is coming off at the bottom. Let me add a little hot melt right here, and then we're going to move into the top. I know I've said that about 5 times. But y'all remember, it's a woman's prerogative to change her mind. Right? Okay, I'm going to turn it this way towards y'all. And I think the first thing we're going to do, here's the dingle balls I told you about that we could use if we want to. Clearly I have enough of them. This is them. And I think these would be cute right up here, don't y'all? So we're going to do it. I have a V-neck tee and love it. Yep. They shrink pretty easily. Now we're just going to make him have like this is going to be like a hat. This is a different Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara. Okay, so we're going to put the little black dingle balls there to start with. Now, Vicki said she liked that green ribbon. Here it is. Let's put something else first and then the green ribbon. And the black and white polka dot. That's cute because I could push it right up against the black dingle balls. People that don't know that Debbie Rigg uses that word and how she uses it, would probably think, oh my gosh, what is that woman talking about? Dingle balls. Okay. Now, how about a piece of bling? Where's that other bling? Here it is. Okay. Ooh, do we want the bling or do we want this bling next? Or do we want the, these? I think the bling. I'm asking y'all, but then I'm not waiting on you to answer me. Sorry. Yep. Temu is it's a fun company to order from, but you do not need to use the app. Oh yeah, you can spin the wheel and get great deals. All the while they're stealing all your stuff. So don't do it. Okay. Stick this down over here. Now let's put some of that green on there. Okay, let me know y'all are still there. I don't see comments. Hello, are you there? Yeah, this is, see, all this same stuff is going to go on the back too. Oh, y'all should have done my backside before I put all the fur on. Well, let's try. Maybe it'll be okay. Trim this up a little bit. So, how many of you do most of your shopping online versus going into the stores? If you do it online, say online. If you do mostly in the store, tell me in the store. One of my most favorite things to do used to be, back when the malls were so popular and stuff, and I felt safer going in them, I loved going to the mall. Even if most of what I bought online, I loved going to the mall and Christmas shopping. I just loved walking around and hearing the Christmas music and, you know, just seeing all the hustle and bustle, and I just loved it. I just thought it was the coolest thing to do. So I didn't always buy a lot in the mall. Now, there was a time I did before online shopping, you know, became so popular, obviously. But once I could start shopping online, I was like, oh girl, I'm gonna be an online girl. I'm gonna sit in my chair and order till the cows come home. And I'm not going to get into the mall traffic. I miss that part, however. I do miss it. I don't miss it enough to start doing it again because, y'all, I'm just going to be really honest here. I am a nervous Nelly going in a lot of public places. I really am. I just don't feel comfortable. In some places I feel more uncomfortable than others. Just can't do it. So, me too, holiday shopping's always been the best. I miss it. I love them all at Christmas, loved all the decorations. Christmas, you gotta make a day of it and do. I know, me too. Sherry online, almost everything. Barbara online, Vicky online, me too. Putting up your Christmas tree, Denise, yay. Maria, you're so sweet. You're working and watching. I love you, sister. Okay. So, let's see. Can we manage to get at least a couple of these on there? See, they're not going to stay up. I don't know, y'all. That's kind of cute. And they could hang over whatever's below them. Let's see. Not sure how I'm going to stay. Maybe if I just put a thin line of glue right there. Let's try it and see. You won't know till you try. Who says that? Char from Char's Art from the Heart. That's her line. You don't know until you try. Char's Art from the Heart. You don't need to follow her. She's a lot of fun. See, look, these scissors already are not wanting to cut. What the heck? Why did I get them? All right, should we do another row now of the dingle balls, or should we use this real thin silver next? That would be pretty. Do that. See where to cut it. If I want to cut it, and I have to do it later. I'm asking y'all, and then I'm just doing it anyway. Can you cut one and add it to the middle so there'll be, yeah, I can do that. I sure can. Okay. Now where'd my little silver ribbon go, y'all? Are you for real? Okay, glad I cut it, so I can't use it. Let's put this right here. Good thing I got a bunch of it, huh? It's also not straight. Okay, I'll turn it back around in just a minute, y'all. I gotta get this straight. Let me get all this X. Oh, that took the paint off. Maybe I should do more of that. This black and white ribbon is not wanting to stay down. And then, I think I'm making more of a mess than I'm doing good. Talking to myself. Char is fun, but so are you. And thank you, Linda. She is fun. She's sweet. I think Char's got the sweetest little temperament. Very humble. Char is. Char's Art from the Heart. It's also a strong Christian, which I love. I'm sticking my hands all in this white molding paste. Okay, let's cut another bead off. I'm gonna cut this green one and hang it from there. I'm about half tempted to take these scissors back to Hobby Lobby and say, this ain't gonna work for me because these things are dull. And I just literally opened them last night. A good call, Vic. That was a good call. Now, do we want to stop here on the front, or do we want to put another row of the black dingle balls? Let me have a look here. Or something else, another row of bling. Y'all tell me. Bling, dingle balls, or stop right there? We could actually put fur up here to look like either hair or the top of his hat, and then have this hanging down over. So would y'all think it'd be good to put fur there or not? If so, we're not going to do it right now because I want to flip over on the other side. And here's my piece of silver, and do the back. I just saw the back is so cute. Thank you. Okay, so put more fur right here later or not? Leave it like that. Thank you, Shelly, sister. Vicky says, I like it like that. Fur might look good, Linda says. Well, you know what? Let's do the back of it. And then if we decide we need fur, I can go back and put it on and try it. And I'm going to be very gentle with this. I've already decoupaged it, and I've already put 2 coats of the Deb's DIY Design Liquid Patina. I'm also going to show you what we're going to put on the back side in a minute. But first, we need to do this. So, leave it like it how it is. Okie dokie. So, let's put some of the black dingle balls here. We're going to try to keep the same pattern going on the back side, because we got enough other stuff going on. I think it's better to keep it kind of consistent. Black dingle balls. Where are you? Here you are, in my lap. Okay. So, that was first. What was second? Second was the mirrored trim. Y'all, this table looks about like my art room I tell you about at home, which is horrible. It's got to be cleaned out. Okay, do y'all see that other trim on my table? Probably not, because you can't see most of it. Here it is. Okay, so a row of trim. I do love this napkin. I just got this napkin this year from an MC napkin swap page. So this will not be for sale lest I get in big trouble, and I don't want it. No thank you. So this one Lisa will have to keep or give as a gift, but not sell. All right, now we're gonna put our green. This bottom trim does not want to stay on. Have y'all started hearing Christmas music yet? It is a pretty napkin. I haven't actually heard it on the radio. I've heard some commercials. Have y'all heard any? That's my other favorite thing to do. Usually Vicki and I are out of town in the fall. And that's when we usually make our paint our Christmas cards. And so we have Christmas music going the whole time. But we're not together this fall to do that, and so I'm gonna have to start working on my Christmas card real quickly. And I told you all the other day, and some of you responded, if you want a Christmas card from me, what I do is I do a painting, and then Rodney shrinks the painting down in the computer, and we print it on Christmas cards, or just on card. You know, we get the cards in the envelopes, the blank cards in the envelopes, and print it. And then I send it out. I don't send it, you know, to everybody because it would get costly, especially with postage going up. But if you want me to send you a card, I'll be happy to. You just need to either PM me your address, or again, you can email it to craftandcruise@gmail.com and spell it out. Spell out the word and, sorry. craftandcruise@gmail.com, spell out the word and I'll put you on my Christmas card list. So Vicki and I have been doing that for how many years, Vicki? I don't even know, a bunch of years we've been doing it. And I miss she and I being together and doing our card. That was always our fun part of our big girls trip. I mean, we would do a lot of things, but we would always get our Christmas card done, and both of us, or at least a good start on it if not done. And then when we got home, all we'd have to do is print it, and you know, either print labels, or I usually print labels, And then I usually would send a little note inside, just kind of recapping what had gone on in our family during the year, what everybody was doing. And, you know, that was mostly for people who knew us and knew our kids and grandkids and stuff. And then I usually put a family picture of all of us in there. And so people just love it. And I love doing it. So I got to get started. Okay, y'all, don't just tell me you want one. PM me your address, or email it to me. Vicki, how many years have we been doing that? Did you answer that already and I just didn't see it? I hope we can do it again next year. We haven't taken the trip together this year at all. It made me sad. You've heard it on the radio already? Really? Got a lady delivering fudge for tomorrow. Yum! The board, Linda, I got it from Hobby Lobby, and it was, I call it a cutting board. It might have been more like a charcuterie board. It's real small. And the wood was absolutely gorgeous. It almost made me sick putting stuff on it because it was so pretty. The wood was gorgeous. But I got it it was marked $8, I think. And probably shouldn't have paid $8 for it, but I did. Okay, so now we have the same front and back. Now let me show y'all what I did this morning. Before I show you the one I actually did, let me show you this. So I took my mold, and it was called Baubles, B-A-U-B-L-E-S, and it's a mold I got from Vintage Retail Therapy from Mara. And so I took hot melt glue, you can also use resin, and put it in the mold and let them dry, and then you just pop them out, and then you can paint them or decoupage them. So here's one just out of the mold. Here's one out of the mold and painted white. That's a different one. I think it's like 6 different patterns in the mold. Then there was a big one that I've already painted and zhuzhed up that we're going to use on the back here. So I used black paint, the liquid gold leaf. I used red paint. I used green paint. I went over the red with red stickles, and I went over the black with black stickles. So I think what I want to do, I already made a bow and put on here, and I'm trying to decide if I want to put it like in the center down here, if I want to move it up closer to the top. Let me show y'all, and y'all help me decide. Okay, so here it is closer to the top. Here it is more toward the middle. And here it is toward the bottom. We've got a lot going on up here, so it may be better to put it toward the bottom. Originally, I was going to use all 3 of them and paint them, but I thought it would be too much going on if I did that. See, that would have all 3 ornaments on there. Middle. Like so. Toward the bottom, Linda says. Kind of like the 3. Of course you would, because you're not the one painting them. Come over here and paint them, sis. So I think what I'm going to do is glue it on, and if I decided to go back and add these, let me see where I would need to have this. And there's other sizes too, so I could make some other ones at home. These are a booger to paint, I'll tell you that much. Even with a small brush, it's hard to Yeah, that would be cute. There'd be a lot going on, but that would be cute with all of them on there. The one already painted at the top. And then these more at the bottom, like so. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean, Vic? I'm sure not gonna take the time to paint these right now. My phone is doing funky things today, Sherry. That phone fix this. Okay, I think I do like it more toward the top. Pretty, but a little busy with all three. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, Linda. Y'all, these feel almost like wood once you take them out of the mold and you paint them. They feel almost like wood. I have to work on my bow a little bit. Okay, look. Back. Front. I think I may put a piece of Totally Dazzled right here. I don't like the way I think we need some Totally Dazzled right here. Let me grab my Totally Dazzled Christmas bling. I got stuff all over the floor. I'll have to clean up before we go live again. Totally Dazzled Christmas bling is right here. Y'all, if you don't have the Totally Dazzled Christmas bling, run, don't walk before they run out of it. Beautiful. Okay. I've got some in gold, some in silver, and some in rose gold. I mean, not rose gold, the bronze. Antique bronze. Ooh, what if we put the snowflakes? I only have one. I only have one snowflake, really? I have two of them. Oh, look at this little reindeer. Can't really see it now. The little presents I could put on his hat. I could put the present on one side and the little mitten on the other side. Let me show you. Let me just cut them and show you. Okay, here's the little mitten. Isn't that sweet? So we could put one of those like right here maybe. Let me show you the snowflake. The snowflake is, well, it's white and kind of silver. You know what? I had one of everything in every color, but I only brought certain ones with me, unless there's some in this bag. And I don't think there is. Nope. All right, let me turn around and see. Mitten is so cute. It is cute. I'm gonna put that on me. I'm gonna put the mitten on one side and the snowflake on the other, and if I decide I don't like it, I'll take it back off. But I think I am gonna put some fur on this part up here. All right, let's put, oh, you know what I should have done first? I don't know where my snips are. Sorry, y'all, I keep getting up walking away, and that's rude. Rude. I'll have to repack just to get all my stuff together to do the necklaces with. I don't even see, ugh, I don't even see my wire snips. And I got a pair I brought with me. Dadgummit. Get it together, Lisa. Get it together, sis. Oh, y'all, I gotta show you one thing I'm gonna do on the live soon. Just wanna jump all this out. Oh, here they are. Look at this, y'all. I ordered this from a lady that has a page and I can't think of her name. And he's so cute. He's got a hanger. And we're going to put some greenery around him. We're going to use some diamond dust. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I sure missed you telling me, but when you're doing the necklaces, I think I'm going to do them this afternoon, Barbara. I need to get out of this chair for a little bit. And maybe eat a snack. Okay, I got that one off. And clean off this table. And then I'm going to do the necklaces, I think. Unless Ronnie calls and says he's on his way back. Which I don't think is going to happen. Because I think they're doing several. And so we're not actually in Denver proper. He didn't want to stay in Denver downtown. And so we're staying in an area, I think it's called Lakewood. Which is just like a suburb of Denver. So he said he may, they were going to try to do maybe 2 or 3. They've got 2 or 3 that they need to do in around the area, but you know, one's like an hour away and one's like 45 minutes away. So they've got, I think, 3 or 4 of these things to install. So I'm not sure when he's going to be back. But I think what I'm going to do is take a break, and then I'm going to clean all this off, and then we're going to go back and we're going to do the necklaces. They're so much fun, y'all, and people absolutely love them. Okay, so let me get it under here first, so when these little things lay down, this will help hold them on too, so they won't fall off if the string gets loose. Yeah, I'll get all of the necklaces out that I've already made. Some of them are already on chains, and show you, and then we'll make 1 or 2 together. They're so easy, y'all. They're fun and easy, and people love them. They are fabulous Christmas gifts. They would be great for even like friends, family, but I think they'd be great too for teacher gifts or hostess gifts, or if you're doing a gift exchange somewhere. If you do a dirty Santa but you do fun dirty Santa, then I think it'd be cute for a Christmas exchange, a gift exchange. And if it's a bunch of women, they'll all be fighting over it, I guarantee you. Just any group that you need to have a gift for one person, or you could, if your group's not too big, you could make them for a lot of people. It's not expensive to do at all. The most expensive part is whatever you're going to hang on the bottom. So you have to get a little package of hangers and a little package of, I don't even know what they're called, but the little straight up and down pin kind of thing that holds the bottle on it. You don't have to give a chain, but you can get cheap chain at Hobby Lobby and make your own chains. So that stuff is what's most expensive, the most expensive. And it's not expensive, it's just that you have to get the basic supplies to begin with, and then once you have the basic supplies, you can make tons of necklaces with it. So it doesn't have to be very costly, but they sure are fun. And I actually learned about it from watching Debbie Rigg doing them in our private group. And she learned about it from Carol Pulver, who's one of our Czech Savvy Sisterhood sisters. And Carol had made them. And Debbie just knew that we would all love them. And so she did them with us. And so I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. It's not original with me at all. I do love making them, and I do love making ATC cards, and I haven't done those in a while. That's something I can do when we're in the car, just sitting around. Okay, I think that looks a lot better. What do y'all think? And maybe, since somebody said he needs some hair, maybe let's bring some down here. And then it'll look like he's got hair and a hat sitting on his head. How about that? Will that make you happier? I'm excited to see you make them. Wait, somebody said, I know many of you have been praying for me this year, and I thank you for taking time out of your day to lift me up in prayer. MRI came back good, and the doctor said we could good every 6 months. Yay! Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I'm so happy, Vic. So, so happy. Wow, that's good news. I needed to hear. Thank you all for praying for my sweet Vic. Cover up his arms. I'm glad I went to the trouble to do all of the shadowing on here so I can cover it up with this. See, he's not perfectly straight on here, so I can't do both sides the same because there's a lot less room over here. Now, I want to show y'all something too. I want to point it out before I get off of this segment. Remember I told you that the only thing I didn't like about molding paste is that when it dries, it tends to get kind of a gray hint to it. And if that doesn't bother you and that's what you're going after, fine. I didn't want that. Now I gotta bring his hair further down here on this side. I don't like it. Unless, you know, gray hair is what I'm going for, whatever. So, what I'm gonna have to do on this, once all of this dries really, really well, I'm gonna have to go back with just a bright white paint and paint over the molding paste to make his beard look painted. Now he's got some long hair coming down here. I don't know if I like that or not. Let me wipe some of this back. I don't think that's too much hair. He's not Rodney. Ooh, Rodney. Too much hair. I'm glad I picked up these extra napkins at breakfast. I do have a little bit of some paper towels with me, but these napkins work really, really well. Now that I said that, let me get a paper towel. I'm getting this stuff all over everywhere. Okay. Yeah, his hair was too much on both sides. We're going to take care of that. And I'm going to show you how it's kind of grayish looking. I just don't like it. But you do you. If you like it, that's totally fine. Let me see. Who commented? It's a Rodney Santa. I was just going to say, you're making him look like Rodney. I know. Isn't that awful? I mean, it's not awful that he looks like Rodney, but, you know, that's not really what I wanted. I need to go in a little bit more toward his face here. This is just fun and whimsical, y'all. It's not supposed to be anything fancy. Now, I don't want that straight at the end, so let's put just a little tad more here. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so here he is on the front. Now, let me show you up close. I want you to look up close on his beard. You may not be able to tell, but see, even in the screen, I can tell it looks more yellow instead of gray. To me, it looks gray, but with the way the light's hitting, it looks more yellow there. I don't like that. So I'm gonna paint over it so it'll be as white as this is right now, but that's not gonna stay that way either. It won't, it'll get that yellow too. So, okay y'all, thank you so much for sticking with me. I think we finally got Santa done, except I've got to do the nest and decide if I'm gonna do those other baubles to put on him. I'm inclined to think no, because I don't want to cover up all of the beautiful napkin, the Mackenzie Child's napkin. I don't want to do that. So I think I'm probably not going to add more baubles. I will put another clear coat on him once he dries and once I've gone over his beard. And I do think I need to shade a little bit more under his hat up in here, and maybe a little bit more under his eyebrows. But I really think he's cute. I think he's really cute. So here's the front, and here's the back. So either way you look at it, it's going to be pretty, right? Okay, you guys, I love you. I appreciate you so much. I'm going to get off here, wash my hands, clean up my table, eat a little bit. I'm saying where my clock on my computer shows 12:15, so it's probably 11:15 here. Let's say 1:30 Central Time, which would be 2:30 Eastern Time. That sound good? Okay. Love you too, Linda. Okay, y'all have a blessed day. I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.